Hey everybody, it's Kyle, coming to you from the basement. Ooh, boy. Yeah, it's been a whole nother week. Kind of hard to believe, but it is. High school volleyball is over with. We went to the potluck intro deal for the club volleyball team on Sunday. And yeah, so that starts in about another week and a half, I think. And finally, we get to take the vehicle in next Monday to get repaired from when that old guy hit it back in the beginning of August, I believe. So that's kind of good. I am kind of waiting on some information about something I wish would come sooner than it has, but I have to be patient. That's a tough thing for me sometimes. I have a tough time being patient when it comes to getting some news on something. Kind of like a child in that respect. I wish I could be a little more adult about it. Just chill out and accept the information as it comes. But I'm not good at that. I'm trying, but it's hard. Anyway, I'll let you guys know more about that as I hear it. But yeah, what I'm thankful for right now is, I'm very thankful for you guys. I'm very thankful for the listeners. I don't have a ton of listeners. I'm not going to sit here and, give you a bunch of crap about it and talk about how great it is and all that. It is great. I enjoy doing this because I enjoy, venting about these things and talking about these things. And I hope that we have some things in common when it comes to some of the stuff I discuss on here. So, that's why I do this podcast. There's really no other reason. Anyway, I got some listeners, not a ton, good enough. If I go look at the dashboard here on anchor.fm, it's kind of funny. So yeah, if I look at the stats, I have about 7 plays per episode with an audience size of 8 over the last 7 days. It's kind of pitiful. But again, it doesn't really matter. The biggest day in recent history would be on the 20th of September. I had a total of 47 plays, man. I know the biggest day ever. Let's see. I know there was a day a few years ago. It was crazy. It was like a silly amount of listens in one day. If I look at my audience, of course, 91% are from the United States. 5% is from Ireland. And then we got Canada, Germany, all the Australia, United Kingdom, Russia, Ukraine, all the way down. No Japan, surprisingly. That's interesting. If you look at apps that listen to this device or listen to this podcast, number 1 would be Apple Podcasts. Number 2 is web browser. Number 3 is Pocket Casts, and then other accounts for about 9%. 75% of the listeners to this podcast are on iPhone. 5% Android, then Mac, Windows, other. So it's kind of interesting. Number 1 episode ever would be episode 73. Face It. Had 59 listens so far. Next one down is Out of Control with question mark. That one's 49. Most recent one that's pretty good in here as far as listens would be Linda Flippin' Hand Already. That was from May of last year. And that one has 46 listens. So, hey, what are you going to do, right? Got something anyway. But yeah, it is interesting to kind of see that stuff and to know that people are listening. Not a ton of people. But again, that's not really why I do it. So there you go. Things that are making me happy right now. Like I said, the podcast is, I'm having fun with the Steam Deck and playing with it a little bit. Enjoying a little bit of downtime here, hopefully, before things get crazy again here in a couple weeks. Not entirely sure about the swimming, but very sure about volleyball. So I am going to throw it over to Kyle real quick. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back right after that to talk about some things that I am into. Hey, Kyle. All right, and we're back. So, some things that I'm into right now. Well, we'll start right up at the top. Music. A lot of the same. Nothing really new there. I have been listening to more of that Japanese, like, game music. It's kind of fun. It's interesting. Been listening to that. Of course, I did buy the soundtrack too. If you guys have never heard of this, I feel sorry. I did buy the soundtrack to something really incredible that I had just experienced. It is a group called Toasters and Moose. And this is actually a soundtrack from a film called Chickens in the Shadows from 2012. Long story short, it's an older dude playing keyboard and an older woman singing, and it's so bad it's good. That's all I can say about it, man. Taste the Biscuit is one of the best songs ever, simply because it's just ridiculous. Let me play a little bit for you here.
Taste the biscuit, taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce, taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
See, what's not to love, right? Of course, she is talking, even though there's a double entendre there, an alternate meaning to what she's singing. She is talking about a KFC meal, which makes it all the more American too, right? But it's fun. It's some goofy songs with some goofy sexual undertones that are uncomfortable and awkward and yet hilarious at the same time. So I've been listening to those guys a little bit too. I also got in my 2 albums today. I haven't even opened them yet. My turntable upstairs is giving me some issues, and I think there's something wrong with the cabling for the RCA jacks. So I ordered a new RCA cable that has ground, and I'm just gonna pull the solder off, pull the old ones off there, and then go through and solder these new ones onto the board, and should be good to go after that. So that should happen later today. But I do have a couple records to spin as soon as she's up and operational again. It won't be a big surprise. One of them is Toadie's Rubberneck. I keep wanting to call it pleather, by the way. That is incorrect. It is not pleather. I don't know where the hell I get that from. Pleather. Somewhere along the line, there's been an album called Pleather around the same time as that I'm recalling from the 90s. So if you know, man, let me know. But anyway, Toadie's Rubberneck, got that. Looking forward to listening to that. It's a 25th anniversary copy, so 180 gram. I can't wait. I can't wait to listen to it, dude. I can't wait to rip that loud. And then another one I got was another band that I saw that night when I went to that show a few weeks ago, and that is Reverend Horton Heat. I got the 3rd album by Reverend Horton Heat, and it is called Liquor in the Front. So if you know any foul, ridiculous, sexist humor, you know the idea of that. Anyway, but that is a band that I had heard before, but I hadn't really paid much attention to. They're good. I'm excited to listen to that. It reminds me of garage punk type stuff. So anyway, so I'll be blasting those as soon as I get this turntable repaired, which should be, I'm hoping Tuesday night. This will be out Wednesday, this podcast. So by then I should have at least played a little bit of Rubberneck, at least, like Possum Kingdom or something. Tyler, Backslider. Okay, I won't go through all the songs. What else? That's about it for music. Movies. I mean, I've watched a few things recently. We're getting caught up on the most recent season of Cobra Kai. We kind of got behind on that. Our daughter went ahead and watched it, and now my wife and I are trying to get it caught up. And we ripped through 3 episodes last night, and dude, that show, I'm telling you, man, it's just so well written. That's all the more I can say about it. It's fun. It's a fun show. Goofy, silly, cheesy, campy, yes. Fun, absolutely. What else have I been watching? Well, I know Unsolved Mysteries came out, or is coming out. Is that it's the 18th, Unsolved Mysteries, a new season, a few more episodes of that. It's fantastic on Netflix. I look forward to that. That's about it. I mean, we got all caught up on Andor with my wife. She enjoyed that. The first 3-4 episodes of that show are slow. They're not bad. They're slow. But you kind of have to watch them, because when you get to episodes 5 and 6, it all kind of comes together, and it's like, wow, amazingly well written, incredible. Again, I know I've said this on here, but I said this again to my son last night. I'm pretty sure this is the best Star Wars anything ever made. And I know that's hard for people to accept. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I love the original trilogy of, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. They're fantastic. I love them. And I even like probably Revenge of the Sith, the only prequel that I can endure. But Rogue One is fantastic. Solo's awesome. And then the new trilogy, I really like the first one, Force Awakens. It kind of goes downhill from there. Last Jedi, I'm all right with it. A lot of people hated it. The last film, though, The Rise of Skywalker, no, not good. And I love Mandalorian, man. It's fantastic. Season 3 is coming up, in a few months. I'm looking forward to that. I really have loved that show. And I've even liked Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thought it was good, for the most part. And Book of Boba Fett, I wasn't crazy about, but got really good. But nothing compares to this. Out of all those things I said, the only thing that's close really is Rogue One. And this is much darker and sinister. I love it. Watch it. Trust me. You got to get through 3 or 4 episodes, but man, by the time you hit that 5th and 6th, especially the 6th episode, oh my God, it's fantastic. Enjoy. So that's about all I've been watching. Reading, not much. I did read through the 4th book, the trade paperback of Something is Killing the Children. I really don't know how to explain that other than the general idea of the story is there is this group of people who are monster killers, and monsters are real, and they kill kids. They survive off them. They get power from them killing them and eating them. And these monster hunters come out to try and take out these monsters. And then there's an offshoot book, Something is Killing the Children. I think that's what it's called. There's an offshoot book of it that is called House of Slaughter, which is fantastic also, by the way. But I really like the first one the most. Yeah, Something is Killing the Children. I really like that the most. I've tried to read a little bit House of Slaughter. I didn't care for it, but I don't know. I might have to go back and read it again. Yeah, that's it on the reading front. I did mow and listen to some more of that book last week. The Joe Lansdale one that I've been listening to. It's a series of stories. Gosh darn it, what is the name of that thing? Good news is I had my phone right here open up in tablet mode, so I can just quickly go and look and see. It won't really open for me though, because I'm not connected to the internet. What did I open? I opened freaking Amazon Music. Yuck. No, thank you. I want Audible. Jeez. Yeah, More Better Deals. Still listen to that first story in that chapter 1. I love it. Great story. Excellent stuff. Gaming. Well, I mean, really all I've played is Persona 4 Golden Edition on the Steam Deck. I love it. It's great. I did go ahead and download because I bought that Humble Bundle a few weeks back, and it came with a bunch of things. But one of the things it did come with was Aliens Colonial Marines. It also came with Aliens versus Predators, but I don't think that one plays so great on the Steam Deck. But Colonial Marines does. You have to go in and make a little bit of adjustments on it to get it to play right, but it does. So I played a little bit of that and kind of got lost in it. I mean, it's good. I know it's an older game. It's like 10 years old, but it looks good on there, man. You can soup up the graphics a little bit, and it looks pretty solid. But mostly it's Persona 4 Golden. I'm knee deep in that. I have to decide if I'm going to go for Persona 5 when it comes out. I think it's this Friday. I don't know. I got to get through 4 first, right? That's the smart way to think about it. And then podcasts. Yeah. I mean, I'm all caught up on a lot of the ones I listen to. La Monstra, I listened to a couple episodes over the past few days, and it's getting really good. I highly recommend that one if you're into that true crime type stuff. But that's it, guys. I mean, there's really not much else going on out there as far as what I'm listening to, as far as podcasts. Yeah, La Monstra. What else is I listening? Someone Knows Something. I've been listening to that last season. It's all right. I need to go back and listen to that Teacher's Pet because, yeah, I need to finish that up. It's all the way up to 16 now. I gotta go listen to that. But yeah, I mean, that's really about it. And I haven't listened to Mr. Ball, and I've kind of been staying away from it because it seemed like all I was listening to. But I see there's a new Monday episode. On Monday episodes, they come out with podcast exclusive. So this story hasn't been on his show on YouTube, which is great. Still watching that as well. One thing I have been watching, I forgot to bring this up earlier. On YouTube, there is a guy who does these, I think it's Fanboy Flicks. So if you look up Fanboy Flicks, I'll put a link to it in my notes here. Yeah, it is Fanboy Flicks. Exactly how it sounds. FANBOYFLICKS. I am hooked on that. It's Weird Movies with Mark is the main show, but he's had other ones on there. But you've got to see this. This dude does so good at going through and watching these horrible movies and then commenting on that. I haven't even gotten into, he kind of pulls apart some of the older Star Wars films, and he really doesn't like the sequels. But it's interesting. And he even does a bad movies thing on the holiday special. So I got to watch that. But I just in watching his Weird Movies with Mark show, I can't get enough, man. I love him. I love he's great. He's very snarky. He's great at it. And the funniest thing that I've noticed, he does two things that I really love. Number one, he looks totally and completely put out by having to have watched these films. And I know exactly what he means. We used to do a bad movie night, man. This is old. But we used to do a bad movie night, some friends and I, Fitz and I, and we loved it, man. It was fun. We would do it on a Friday night and just watch these horrible movies and have fun with it, It reminds me of that, but this dude is way funnier than we ever dreamt of being. So that's great. The thing that he really does that I love that's very different, though, is he'll actually, through green screen, insert himself into the films. So when he's talking about things that pertain to the film and how ridiculous they are and all that stuff, he'll cut to a scene from the film, usually a still, obviously, but he has inserted himself into the film, using chroma key, and it's fantastic, guys. I really don't know how to tell you how great it is. I will put the link to the very first one I ever watched, which is a horrible movie. But yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll understand my love for it. But that's it, guys. I don't have much else right now. A lot going on, like I said. Hoping to get some news this week on something that's pretty big. And I'll let you know more about that next week, hopefully. And then just looking forward to Black Friday, man. Record store day. You know, a couple things I'm looking for on that front. I mean, I'm not looking for a lot, but let me take a look real quick at what I have on my list. I have that Frank Black and the Catholics, One More Road for the Hit. I have RZA as Bobby Digital, Digi Snacks. Now, I've never had that album. I've had a lot of other Bobby Digital, the first two, but I never had this third one. And then Soul Coughing, which is Lust and Phase. It's kind of greatest hits of Soul Coughing, which I would rather have, you know, Ruby Vroom. I can't remember the name of the second one with Super Bon Bon. And then the third one is Circles. I like those records. I'd like to have all three of those separately, but don't see them really on vinyl. And if you do, they're outrageous. So it's going to be a greatest hits record for me, which is fine. That's fine. So yeah, those are the three I'm going to be looking at on Black Friday. I can live without that Frank Black one, actually. But Soul Coughing is the one I really, really want. And then I'd be interested in that Bobby Digital, Digi Snacks, and maybe Frank Black and the Catholics. I think that's just like a B-sides record, maybe some live tracks on there. Not really my favorite thing. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I'll make that call when I get there. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you. I'll be back at you next week with some more stuff. And we just got our lawn aerated. Did you guys know that? Yeah, we had our lawn aerated. That's had to mow last week. We had it aerated, and then they went through and seeded it, and we've been watering it. And then last night it was 28 degrees outside. And get off my lawn.